What utter garbage. I am done with the England team. Watching them play is just soul-destroying. The Premier League is one of the top leagues in the world, and our players are producing rubbish like they did against Serbia on Sunday and Denmark yesterday. I really don't know what's wrong. Three-quarters of the team seem to be uncomfortable with the ball at their feet and always seem to panic when they receive it within 12 feet of the opposition. Add to that the fact they're incapable of playing basic triangles to move the ball up the field. It's totally shocking. What's weird to me is that no other team plays the way that England do. This was in full view in England's last two matches, where you could see the stark differences with how Serbia and Denmark were passing the ball between themselves, trying to unlock England's defense compared to England's pitiful attempt at doing the same. And don't get me started on the skill level. Apart from a few players, Saka and Foden, I wasn't really impressed. Kane is a top player, but he's not going to touch the ball if the numpties he's playing with can't find him. This surely can't be the best that the country of England has to offer. I've seen better ball skills and greater aptitude for the game of football from 13 to 15-year-old school kids. The only explanation I have is that something is seriously wrong with England's football academies. Our talented kids entering the academies with so much promise and skill, and then leaving as if they've undergone Victorian-era lobotomies? And the constant over-the-top hype is just too much to bear. Take, for instance, England's game against Serbia, where Jude Bellingham did a simple pass that you would see a kid do in your local park. The broadcasters replayed it like it was the greatest thing on earth. What I saw is that he didn't even execute the pass properly, so that the ball landed directly at his teammates' feet. Instead, it was like 12 to 20 feet short. England's performance in this year's Euros is a far cry from what they did in 2020. England need the key big game players they had back then, but unfortunately manager Gareth Southgate left them all at home. I'm pretty sure Marcus Rashford would have caused plenty of headaches for the Serbian and Danish defenses. Also Maddison, someone who's comfortable receiving the ball, would have caused England's opposition some problems. Instead, we've got a team that seems totally clueless on how the game of football is meant to be played. What's worse is that no one in the team seemed to have the drive or impetus to make something happen. This is what you get when you bring a bunch of overrated players together to make a team. And make no mistake about it, when it comes to international football, a lot of the players in the England team are not good enough. For far too long, PR firms have turned at best average England players into footballing gods, with valuations that are way above what they are actually worth. It's almost as ridiculous as the expectation the English media have every 4 years that England can win the World Cup. But international football has a way of bringing England back down to reality. England won't win anything until they properly diagnose and treat what's wrong with the way they play football. The problem with English football is that they don't prioritize skill in the youth system. In fact, it's frowned upon. A kid that's able to take on and befuddle 3 opponents at the same time will have that quality drummed out of him and be told to just pass the ball or run down the wing and whip in a cross when they're in the last quarter of the pitch. And if they fail to adapt to their manager or coach's demands, they'll be dropped. So what happens when this same kid completes passing through the English football system and ends up in the England national team? Well, it's what you saw yesterday against Denmark and on Sunday against Serbia. They look totally uncomfortable receiving the ball when an opponent is within 12 feet of them. If England want to win anything, they need to put an emphasis on skill in the youth system rather than focusing on the size of these young players. Once the skill is in place, these same kids will have the control, touch, ability, and creativity to play just like the French, Italians, Spanish, and even Brazilians do. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Help support this channel by hitting the like and subscribe buttons below. Till next time.